Hello friends, welcome to the Southern Mountain Kitchen. Today we're making sugar cookies with royal icing. So what we're going to start off with is 3/4 cup of unsalted butter at room temperature, or you can soften this in a microwave, which basically this is 1.5 sticks. And then to this we're going to add 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. And we're going to use a mixer to blend this together, beat it until it's really soft and fluffy, so that way it is completely mixed together and you know that everything from your whole bowl is mixed in. Your sugar, your butter should basically form into this soft, fluffy cloud looking stuff, and that's what you're aiming for. So make sure that when you're using your mixer, you go to the sides of the bowl and the bottom to get everything pulled in. We don't want any of the sugar left out to the side. Now once you get this mix pretty much through, we are going to add 1 large egg, which this is at room temperature as well. We want to make sure that the egg isn't totally cold when it goes into the mix. Now once you get that totally incorporated, we're going to end up adding in 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, which again, we're going to beat this. So we want to make sure everything that goes in this bowl is really fluffy, mixed in, that all the ingredients are completely included into this mix. We don't want anything sticking to the side of the bowl, the bottom of the bowl. You just want them to be really included into it. So go around the sides, go around the bottom, do whatever you have to make sure all of this is in there. If you need to, take a spatula and scrape the sides of the bowl. That way you can get everything in. So at this point, we are adding a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then we're going to mix it again to make sure that gets incorporated completely before we add in the other ingredients. Now as you can see with mine, it's really fluffy, it's really mixed together, so we're ready for our flour, which when we go to add this in, this is 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. When you're putting this in here, start your mixer out on low or else it will throw all over the place. This can be messy. Always helps to have a really big bowl you're doing this in. It cannot hurt to have big sides on it. So we're going to use the mixer and go ahead and mix this completely until everything is incorporated. Make sure you get everything off the sides, and again, if you have to, use a spatula to get it to come down. That's just the best way to get it off, and you can keep mixing as you're doing this. Just make sure you don't stick it into the beaters. So go ahead and mix until you know that everything is mixed in. So now what we're going to do is divvy this up into 2 lots of your dough. You want to take a piece of parchment paper, put a little flour on it, and take half your dough and put it on there. Flatten it out a little bit, and we're going to take a rolling pin and make this into kind of like a rectangle. Because what we're going to do is take both lots of the dough, put this parchment paper with the dough on top of a metal baking pan or whatever, and stick it in the fridge, because this needs to be in there for a couple hours for this to really set up so you can use it. Cover it with plastic wrap when it goes into the fridge. You can leave this overnight if you wanted to, that's your choice. But the point being is we want to get this really cold. So once it's rolled out, just go ahead and do it. And when it comes back from the fridge, it'll look something like this. And this is when you can use cookie cutters on this, and it's going to hold up really well because the dough is harder and it's easier to cut into. Some people would cut their cookies first or whatever after they just put the ball of dough into the fridge and roll it out. But it's really hard to roll it out when you got a big lump of cold dough. So this was just a better way to do it. So I'm cutting these out for Valentine's Day, but you could do this for anything, Christmas, Easter, you name it. If you got a cookie cutter and you can make some icing, do it. Then we're going to transfer the cutouts onto some parchment paper on a baking pan, and we're going to put these into the oven at 350 degrees for about 12 minutes until they're done. And when they come back, they'll look something like this. Then you want to let them cool. So we're going to transfer them to a wire rack to cool, and then we're going to start making the royal icing. So you're starting out with 2 cups of confectioner's sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of meringue powder, and about 5 tablespoons of room temperature water. And then you can add your food coloring to whatever color you want this icing to be. Because straight out we got our white version here, but mix it up first before you put in the food coloring, and then that way we definitely have a chance to get this completely incorporated before we start putting a color in it. Now, as you're running around with your mixer, the powdered sugar will try to float all over the place. As you can see, it goes up on the bowl, it goes up on the mixer. It's just what it is. You just got to deal with it to make this kind of icing. But this is so much better than what you would buy if you bought icing from the store, because this is made fresh. This will set up really well. It won't be those tacky cookies where the top, so if you touch them, the icing goes everywhere. This will set up solid, and that way it basically is better to store them. If you're giving them to somebody, it won't get all over them, make a mess. And this is just something I didn't really realize how much I would like this until I did it. So I'm adding a red icing to this because I wanted these to be kind of pinkish colored for Valentine's Day. Oh, and if you didn't notice, I used a whisk attachment to my mixer, which sometimes helps a little bit when you're doing stuff with powdered sugar and things like that. So anyway, when you're putting the red coloring in, I use about, I don't know, 1/4 of a teaspoon or more. It's basically, you're going to put it in and mix it until you get the color you want. You can put in little at a time and get it up to where you want it to be. If you put way too much in the beginning, you're not going to bring that back down much. So as you can see, mine is mixing through quite well, so it's very nice. It's not hard to deal with. Now, when you get this all mixed up, you're going to want to dip your cookies in it. So what I do is take my cookie, move it around in there, wiggle it, make the icing go around, do it a couple times to make sure it goes everywhere. But the trick is to dip it back and forth, side to side, to make sure that the icing sets all over the top, and then flip them upside down on a rack to let them drip. And when they're done, they look something like this, and they are amazing to eat. They have a great taste. The icing is so great on these, and it's just a really perfect sugar cookie. If you like this video or others that I've done, please like and subscribe. And if you'd like to check out my cookbook, it's available on Amazon and in bookstores worldwide. Have a great day.